Hello guys, welcome to MChill Music Space. Here we are learning how to make music in modern way. And the topic of today's episode is Dawless setup upgrade. 3 months ago I posted a video about how to create portable Dawless setup. I was kind of satisfied with it, but time goes by and I found bottlenecks, some pros and cons of this particular arrangement, and accumulated some experience playing with it, and I'm gonna share this experience with you. Speaking about Dawless setup, there is also always this temptation to add one more unit, one more FX, etc, etc. But sometimes it's about removing extra pieces, not because those pieces are bad quality or malfunction or whatever, they just don't fit the conception, the idea, or there is something better which fits overall direction better. I will outline the goals of what I needed from my Dawless setup. Number one, it should be portable. It means it should fit into this little case, and this case should be foldable, so you can just fold it and grab and go with it whenever you want and whenever you need. The second is it should be autonomous. It means that all power source should be built in. So either it's battery inside synthesizer, or AA, AAA batteries inside, or there are power banks. So it should not be tethered to any socket, wall plugs, whatever. Number three, I'd like to preserve as much analog character as I can. So my choice was linked towards analog synths more than to digital, but it's not 100% analog, but I tried to preserve as much of this character as I could in my setup. Number four, it should be acid friendly, because I like acid techno, acid house, acid edge in the music. Number five, it should be live performance oriented. Number six, it should be self-sufficient. So all the components to create a song, they exist in this setup. You do not need to plug some sidecars, some extra units to make it work. And with this setup you can create full arrangement. Even more, with this setup you should be able to create full set, so set of songs, so you can switch throughout different tracks using this one setup. They're quite a demands, and the previous version of my setup, which I named Pandora's Box, it had weak spots in terms of inability to create full track. So we can play it like in a jam way, improvisational way, but if I needed to do some transition, change melodies, transpose the things, I was unable to do it. I only have two hands, and it was quite a limitation. At the moment I'm recording the video, the previous setup is already dismantled, so I'm using infographic over here to show what elements I removed and what was added. And item number one I removed from the setup is Korg NTS1 MK2. And there are a couple of reasons why I did this. First of all, there is tiny power on button, and it drove me crazy because I was unable to power it on. I needed a couple of attempts, maybe 5-10 times, press it until it starts. It is a DIY assembly Maybe I did something wrong, I don't know. For those of you guys who are owners of this unit, tell me in the comments, did you experience the same problem with power on button as I have? There is also some, I'd say, issue for live performance situation. You almost have no feedback from the parameters you are tweaking. No visual cues, so I cannot reproduce the parameters for reverberation or echo, for example, with this unit. Of course, there are also no presets and easy way to manage the configuration. Also, sound output of this unit is weak, so I should increase gain, and while doing this, I'm increasing noise. The second one, mini mixer, Bastel Instruments Bestie. I did it with a heavy heart because I like the saturation this mixer can produce. It can add a lot of aggression and true analog tone. But the reason is simple. I have no space in my case for it, and in my current configuration it's just redundant. So inputs of my mixer, Mackie Mix8, they are all enough to plug everything I have. Also Roland S1. I removed it mostly because the sound I am receiving out of it, I could not put it in the mix in the right way. Maybe it's just me, but I decided to use it somewhere else, some other setup. I had to reduce count of hardware to operate, and having extra box which is not utilized for 100%, it just takes place, and musically it also does not fit the way I am expecting it to do. Korg Volca drum, it's another fallen warrior. What I found out that to operate it in live situation, in live performance, it definitely needs some MIDI controller, and this MIDI controller should be quite sophisticated because so many parameters you can tune via MIDI, and it makes my setup bigger than I would expect. Also, if I'm operating it directly, controls are so tiny and easy. It's so easy to shift some knobs, and it changes sound quite a bit. And I've decided that if I need this FM sound of Volca drum, I will sample it, and I will use it as a recorded sample. Korg Volca sample. What can I say about it? Workflow, the way how I'm working with this unit, for me it feels a little bit limited. So it has only reverb. This reverb is not tweakable. It cannot be used anywhere else, only with this unit. And the way how it handles sample management is horrible. It was my first sampler. I had a lot of fun with it, but in my new setup it will be replaced by other device. Bear with me. And the last but not least, Korg Volca FM. I'm a big fan of FM sound, but here I'm sacrificing variety, sound variety, to the benefit of having more darker sound, more analog character to it. So Volca FM2 just will find another place, another dimension. I had to remove power bank because I already removed Korg NTS1 and Bestie mixer, and those two use this power bank, so it's not needed anymore. Well, I removed a lot of stuff out of my box. What is left? A Volca kick. It's hard, not negotiable. It does one task, it does kick, but it does it so good. I just reposition it to the lower part of the lead, because if I'm pushing the sensor with my fingers, this lead starts to sway. That's why the lower it's positioned, the more stable it will be during playing. Mackie Mix8, I repositioned it also to the lead, because it's not tweaked so much so often during playing. I just reserved the place for units which I will interact with manually more often, closer to my hands. Also, I repositioned power banks to the left, and they will serve as an elevated floor, so I can put synthesizers on top of them. Korg Volca bass also remains in this setup, and I've just repositioned it to the left. I replaced the ordinary power bank with this Joyo battery, Joyo 5. It's from guitar pedal board. It has a lot of outputs with different voltage. I'm interested mostly in 9 volt and 12 volt outputs, but it also has USB power if I need it. And using specialized power bank, it's more suitable, and its behavior is more predictable, because I had some issues with ordinary smartphone power banks, let's say, when they could cut off power unexpectedly from different outputs. And here is new unit on board. It's Korg Volca NuBass. I'm adding yet another monophonic synth to my setup, and also is a big plus to acid character. Roland P-6 performance sampler. I'm quite satisfied what this little unit can do. In my setup it serves two important roles. It works like a sampler, so I can easily press these rubber pads and play one-shot samples or some risers, drops with it, and the quality of effects is so good, so I'm using it for a fixed sound. The only problem with Roland P-6 is that effect you can apply to the input signal. It can be either filter or reverberation or delay, so only one effect at a time. So I decided to use additional reverberation unit, Electro-Harmonix Oceans 12. I'm using it as a main reverb, so all my instruments can use this for a fixed sound. The only problem is that it's not programmable, so it might be that I will replace it in the future once I have some decent reverb unit with MIDI support. And together with Roland P-6 they form a fixed section. Another little box I had to add to my setup, it's a ABI signal splitter, and the reason it was because of Roland P-6. It receives stereo input, but it only produces mono signal. It sends mono signal, and if this mono signal is processed by Roland P-6, it looks like all the effects they remain in one channel. On the other channel there is silence. So I had to split a mono signal to two monophonic signals and feed it like a pseudo stereo signal into Roland P-6. Using this little box, it makes the difference, so you can see 100% stereo effects. Also, this unit is passive, it does not need any extra power. Benton MIDI through 12, it's new addition. There is MIDI hub, so if you have one input MIDI signal on input, it will be reproduced to 12 different other devices. Of course it's overkill for this setup, but I have only this bigger version. But I have no problem with positioning this bigger version inside my box. And I also have some extra channels if there will be a need to send MIDI commands to some external units. And the last addition to my setup is Sonicware SmplTrek. This device is a game changer in my setup because it works like a brain. It can it can control all MIDI devices. So I'm using it with this Benton MIDI hub. So I can program all sets, all tracks, and launch different stages as an Ableton Live. I can also play samples, one-shots, loops on it. And those rubber pads are so good, so high quality. So finger drumming on this device it's a pleasure. Also using the sequencer, I can do some composing. So I'm turning my setup in sort of portal studio. And also thanks to live looping capabilities of the latest firmware, I can record and sample my bass guitar. It's a great value for the price. And it's portable. You can use 6 AA batteries and use it whenever you want. And now it's time to play a little jam. Okay guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching my video. If you like content like this, press the like button. Please subscribe to my channel to not miss videos in the future. In the world of machines, human touch matters.